Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, Turkey, Al-Sheikh. This great event is being brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated, and Sella in association with Eddie Hearns, Matchroom Boxing, and Gold Star Promotions, along with our great sponsors: Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudia Airlines, New Muraba Development Company, Tauniya, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi. A big thanks to those great sponsors. This event will be shown worldwide and in the UK on DAZN, and also in the UK on TNT Sports Box Office and Sky Sports Box Office. And now, boxing fans joining us worldwide and boxing fans here in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, let's get the weigh-in process started. Our first two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round international super featherweight contest. First, coming to us from Cali, Colombia, a veteran of 46 professional bouts, here is Joshua White Wolf Ocampo.
So first up tonight, Richie, we get to see Joshua Ocampo, who's significantly more experienced than the man that he's going to be in with tomorrow night, Mohamed Alakal, who we're going to see. There's a real buzz around Riyadh and Saudi Arabia in general about him, but let's start off with his opponent first.
He's got a tough fight, hasn't he, Ocampo? You know, it's his 11th contest, Fletch, this year, and yeah, he's a bit of a toughie. He's had 46 contests, and he will come here and he'll think this is an opportunity, you know, to spoil the party. Come all the way from Colombia, and yeah, he'll be very, very confident.
And now let's welcome, undefeated with one victory, he hails from right here, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Let's welcome mighty Mohamed Alakal.
This is the man, Bunsey, that in these parts there's a real buzz about.
There is a real buzz about him. We've had a couple of boxers, Saudi boxers, who have started boxing overseas, and they've not gone under the radar, but they've not maybe been pulled to the front. Whereas Mighty Mo, with Joe Gallagher and his Moss side background, having studied in Scotland with his mixed up, I'm not going to say this, with his mixed up accent, he's captured a bit of imagination. You know why? Because he can properly fight, Fletch.
And now let's welcome first to the scale, Joshua Ocampo. 133.4 for Joshua White Wolf Ocampo. Now to the scale, Mohamed Alakal. 134.1 for mighty Mohamed Alakal.
So this one, 6 rounds at featherweight. This is going to kick everything off tomorrow night. Second fight
Once
for Mohamed
again, ladies and gentlemen,
Alakal.
these two competing tomorrow in a 6-round international super featherweight contest.
One observation for a little bit later on, Carl, and we will deal in facts here based on what you were saying about my photographic abilities last night slightly earlier when I wasn't here to defend myself. There's not a great deal of room on that stage later for the face-off for the big fellas.
We'll give you that one, Fletch. You spotted it. Was it Fletch spotted it?
Yeah,
it was Fletch.
It was Fletch. Did I say it was you? Sorry, it was Fletch this morning. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of space there.
By the way, now you're picked for your toughness. You play a very important role in this sport. But what problems do you believe you can cause young fighters like Mohamed Alakal, who are just finding their feet as professionals?
will be the experience, you know, because it's a lot of fights, a lot of times that I'll be on the ring, so that will be a difficult way to get into really a contest, and I hope it will be a really good show.
As do we. Enjoy the experience and enjoy the big stage as well, Joshua, tomorrow night. Thank you.
Mohamed, you're only 24 hours away from your second professional fight and the opening bout for the big one in 2024. What are your thoughts, especially when you see your opponent saying it's going to be a great show?
I'm excited. All the hard work is done now. It's time to have fun.
We can't wait to see you in the ring. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's the scene. It's quite unique, I think, for a setting, Steve, for a weigh-in like this.
I
like it with a big will in the background and the very sort of happy woman, giant woman, the mound.
International Heavyweight Championship. First, we will welcome the challenger, coming to us from El Chamizal, Ecatepec, Estado de Mexico. His professional record, 10 wins, just 1 defeat, 1 draw. 4 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Edgar Ramirez.
What can you tell us about Edgar Ramirez, Richie?
Well, he's got a great opportunity here. Mexico, remember, has never produced that world heavyweight champion just yet. We've had Andy Ruiz with Mexican descent, should I say, that has won the title. But Ramirez, tough guy. He's had 12 fights, he's won 10, he's got 4 knockouts, so he's not really a puncher. He's lacking the height and reach in this one, Fletch, so he's got to get up close and whip that right hand over the top. But you never know with him. Like I say, big stage.
The defending champion from Odessa, Ukraine. He brings an undefeated record with 13 wins, 10 of those 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBC International Champion, Andriy Rampage Nowitzki.
Now, Budsy, you're never one for hyperbole. I know that. But the notes I was given before this fight mention the name Ivan Drago in association with this fella on his way now.
Well, that's because of the big square jaw, the big shoulders, and the Eastern European heritage. But people underestimate Drago. He could really fight. Let's put it that way. Look at the size of this guy.
First to the scale, we welcome the challenger, Edgar Ramirez. $261.1 for the challenger, Edgar Ramirez. Now to the scale, the defending champion, Andriy Nowitzki. £237 for the defending champion, Andriy Rampage Nowitzki.
Flex, that's 7 pounds lighter than what he weighed in his previous contest, Nowitzki, so he means business. Look at the height and reach he's got over his opponent.
Tomorrow in a 10-round contest for the WBC International Heavyweight Championship.
One phrase that often gets spoken about, Carl, is never judge a book by its cover. If you did do that here, you would make Nowitzki a massive favourite looking at the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, everybody done that with Anthony Joshua fought Andy Ruiz, and he was
in worse shape. He was in worse shape than that guy.
A lot worse shape, but
when Andy Ruiz stripped off in New York,
people laughed.
It was ridiculous.
So this is the scene behind us, and on that very stage, we'll go back to the point. if they stand and face off and there's any kind of aggravation when the big fellas get on the stage, there's not a great deal of room for it to be played out, and it's quite a drop of about 6 feet. So they've got to be careful up there if it is going to be a little bit fractious later on.
You made that point, Flash, and I think it was a great observation. The security need to be really strong. I think there'll be a lot of them up there, but I can't see any, just with the demeanour of Tyson all week, there's going to be a lot of aggression up there on the stage, and there's not a lot of space. Don't be surprised if someone spills over the edge.
See, I don't think that you need extra security. You need, and I don't want to kill the great visuals, you need great segregation. Because what that's like, I likened it to that amusement arcade machine. You know, when you put your pen in and it falls at the back, then it pushes the coins off the edge. More and more people on that stage. From the back, the pressure will go to the front, and the ones at the front will topple over. I'm telling you, Fletch, they've got to be separated, massively separated. Sorry, mate. It's a great visual. It's got to happen.
From Tour France, he brings an undefeated record with 14 wins, 4 wins. Coming by way of knockout, here is Dylan Force Tranquille Collin.
So this is the light heavyweight fight that's going to be up third tomorrow night. Dylan Collin from France against Daniel Lapin, who's an interesting character based on the fact he's got connections through his brother to the Oleksandr Usyk camp. He's 6'6". He's a big light heavy. We'll see it in a minute. But this is his opponent on his way to the ring now, Dylan Collin. So he's first up on the stage, up there with Thomas Triber.
And now let's welcome from Kyiv, Ukraine. He brings an undefeated record with 10 wins. 4 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Daniel Chipunya Lapin.
We've seen a bit of Daniel Lapin, Richie, when we've been sat together at ringside, and if you say he's a light heavyweight who stands 6'6" and he can move, that kind of tells you what he might be able to do moving forward.
Absolutely. I think it must rank as the worst type of opponent for any orthodox boxer, a tall, counter-punching southpaw, and that's what you have here. He's 6'6", he's a southpaw, he's well schooled, he's very accurate and sharp, so yes, again, he's got the tools for the job. And Dylan Collin, he's been out the ring for a year, remember. This is a really tough job for him indeed.
Dylan Collin. .173.1 for Dylan Force Tranquille Collin.
Who looks in great shape, by the way.
Now to the scale.
Yes, he does
Daniel
indeed. He's the
Lapin.
former undefeated French champion, you remember. And he's unbeaten in 14. So, you know, this is a really good contest between 2 unbeaten boxers, Steve.
174.9 for Daniel Chipunya Lapin.
You're going to see the difference here when they stand face to face.
We are indeed. It's a good story, Lapin. I mean, it's a good story. I travelled back from Saudi Arabia on a plane with him and his girlfriend. When we got to London, I said, have you had to fly to London to get to your home? And he said, I have lost my home. My home is gone. I'm living in exile. We forget that sometimes with Ukrainian fighters, Fletch.
Light heavyweight championships.
Both of them looking like they're all business up there, and you can see the height advantage that Daniel Lapin has. I think I'm right in saying he was the first fighter signed to Oleksandr Usyk's promotional company as well, wasn't he?
And he was the first one, and his brother obviously works with Usyk, and they've been friends since Serhai, his brother, made Oleksandr cry Alexander's first week in the gym.
Our next 2 fighters competing tomorrow in a Schedule 10 round international super featherweight contest. It is brought to you in association with Boxer. First, we welcome from Penny Graig, Wales. He is undefeated with 16 wins, 4 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBA Intercontinental Champion, Reese Lightning Edwards.
Now, Carl, this should have been Dennis McCann, who we know's not here for obvious reasons, but one man's disappointment is another man's opportunity, and what a chance this is for Reese Edwards to make a name for himself.
He's a big opportunity, and again, coming in at such short notice, Peter McGrail, I think all the pressure's on him now. Edwards was already training, I believe, for another fight, so he'll be in good shape, but the fact that he's fighting another opponent, the pressure is on McGrail certainly in
And
this fight.
now let's welcome from Liverpool, England, a 2020 Olympian. He now has a professional record of 10 wins, just 1 defeat. 6 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current WBA International Champion, Peter Blood McGrail.
Just one footnote on Reese Edwards. He was supposed to be fighting Leon Woodstock in January, so he was in camp. On Peter McGrail, Richie, I know you really like him.
Yeah, he's a very skillful boxer indeed, and he's shooting up the ratings, isn't he? It's Shabazz Massoud that's the number 1 at the moment in the super bantamweight division. But Reese Edwards, remember, he's an out-and-out featherweight, so this could be a bit of a risk for Peter McGrail.
Yeah, and this is being fought tomorrow night, Steve, at super feather.
So 7 pounds above his weight. That's a massive percentage of his weight, remember, Fletch.
$129.1 for Reese Lightning Edwards. Now to the scale, Peter McGrail. $129.8 for Peter Blood McGrail.
And remember, Fletch, what a great gym they've got.
Yeah.
Everton Red Triangle. Hey, Carl, with
The sparring,
Nick
unbelievable.
Ball and Andrew Kane.
Can I just say, if Peter McGrail is kind of fighting above the weight that he was meant to fight at,
2 weights.
Where's the poundage coming from to get back down? I've never seen. Is there 7 pounds on him?
I can't see it. What do you mean? You used to do it somehow. There'd be nothing on you, and you'd still lose
Just
the weight.
looking at him, he looks
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Ripped to the bone.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky fight, Fletch, to be quite honest, because Reese Edwards is naturally probably the bigger man. It doesn't look like it there, but he is. He's a natural featherweight, and he's boxing up at super feather now.
He's also got very little to lose and everything to gain.
Absolutely.
He's had a most amazing Christmas present. Let me just tell you something. This fight wouldn't have happened 5 years ago.
This is what boxing is all about. I'm not sure what you were doing a little bit earlier this week, but look where you are now, the biggest stage of all. When the call did come to face Peter McGrail this week, what made this an easy decision for you and the team?
Well, look where I am, so it was an easy choice, and I'm really grateful to be here, and can't wait to get in there tomorrow and hopefully do the job.
And you're an unbeaten fighter in your own right, 16-0, you've got the weight on your side as well. What gives you that self-belief that you can turn up here from what you've seen of Peter McGrail and cause what would be, because of the late notice, a bit of an upset here tomorrow night, Reese?
Listen, I know Peter's a very good fighter, but I believe in myself also. I've sparred some top people, and I know I'm very good, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Reese, big credit to you for taking the fight on such short notice, and best of luck as well tomorrow night.
Peter, you finally get a chance to have a face-off with your opponent, only 24 hours away from getting into the ring. What are your impressions?
Yeah, big respect to Reese and his team for taking the fight, coming over on such short notice. Gives me the opportunity to perform on the biggest stage of all. But yeah, it feels a lot more real now. First head to head there, and we're ready to go tomorrow now.
Let's talk about the weight real quick. 130 pounds on the dot for him, but for you, this is perhaps the heaviest you've ever been. How is that going to work for you?
Look, that's made fight week a lot easier for me. I've been eating very, very well this week, so it's going to show in the ring. I'm feeling ready, feeling strong. I'm in great shape, and looking forward to perform for everyone Saturday.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's Peter McGrail and Reese Edwards. That's at super feather, so the heaviest that Peter McGrail's ever fought at. And that's another intriguing fight when you look at the bill. Next up, we're going to get Isaac Lowe and Lee McGregor. And there might just be a slight delay until we get these two, but I know that's a fight that you three are really looking forward to. That could be anything, couldn't it?
I'm really
Isaac Lowe and Lee
I think
McGregor.
this fight will go under the radar a bit just because of the magnitude of the fight, the big fight.
So we have got a slight break in proceedings while we just get the next two fighters ready to come to the scales. We've still got to see the likes of Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen, Ishmael Davis and Sergei Bohachuk, and of course Dempsey McKean and Moses Itauma before the two main event fighters get to the stage. We're back here in Riyadh in a couple of minutes' time.
Just a little bit all over the shop, isn't it? So, yeah, so we're happy. Yeah. This is going to be a test for the stage. So McGregor and Lowe have gone at each other. So this is the test for the stage. This is the test.
What is it you would like to talk about?
No, it's fine, no worries, whatever, we're all right.
Ah, you're awake, Mr. Fury.
How was your flight, Rabbit?
Is everything okay, sir?
It's up to you,
Don't look at me anymore. I miss you.
Do you miss me?
Don't be afraid. I don't want
When you sleep at night, ugly man, you're gonna
Think of me. I'm gonna punch your face in.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Show me your face. Show me your face. What are you doing here? Wake up, man! Dad?
Hey, Tyson. We need to end this.
I'm gonna end you.
And feel. And let it feel. By way of knockout, he is the former British, Commonwealth, and European champion, Lightning Lee McGregor. Next up to weigh in is Lee McGregor. This is a featherweight fight against Isaac Lowe, and I've got to say, Steve, there's been no love lost between these two. And we know from an Isaac Lowe perspective, he loves to be in a tear-up. This could be lively.
Well, Lee's not immune to having a tear-up as well. Now, there's a bit of history I don't know about that must go back a few years. They bumped into each other somewhere along the line in a gym, and they've obviously had some serious sessions.
And now let's welcome from Morecambe, England. He has a professional record of 25 wins, 2 defeats, 3 draws, 8 wins. Coming by way of knockout, he is the former English, Commonwealth, and WBC international champion, Usyk Westgate Warrior Lowe.
A lot of support in here for Isaac Lowe. He's a key part of Tyson Fury's team. He's a very close friend of the Gypsy King, and he's only ever lost, Richie, to good men.
He's only ever lost, you're right, 2 good men. 2 good men that have gone on to become world champion, Nick Ball and obviously Alberto Luis Lopez from Mexico. So yes, this kid can fight, and he's always in really exciting tear-ups, toe-to-toe battles.
To the scale, Lee McGregor. 125.9 for Lightning Lee McGregor. Now to the scale, Usyk low. 125.1 for Usyk Westgate Warrior low.
Let's have a look at this face-off then.
I'm looking forward to this fight, boys. I'm telling you, this could...
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow.
Don't be falling, lads.
In a 10-round contest for the vacant WBC International Featherweight Championship.
What I will say here is that the featherweights are a wee bit easier to handle than the big boys. So.
Basically, what we're talking about there is that's only half a Tyson there, remember?
Yeah, there's a lot being said up there,
Don't
Richie.
worry.
A lot being said.
Yeah, real serious stuff. You've seen Lee McGregor actually said to the bodyguard, look, let me just get to him a little bit and I'll be okay. So they're being sensible about it. They're really having a go in terms of the talking that they're doing, but it's all serious stuff. It's good to see.
Spencer Brown in the background just making sure when the time was right to step back.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't go over the edge. Let me tell you something. Those two on the stage are half the size of the two heavyweights. I don't want to be the killjoy in this setup. They can't have a face-off like that tonight, Fletcher. It can't happen.
Yeah, but we've made that point. As you can see, it's not very far from that podium in the middle of the stage to the edge of it, and it's quite a drop, and there's got to be a lot of discipline up there. The bigger the men, the less the room, and the bigger the entourage, which does potentially pose a problem later on. And we're going to get a couple of big fellas up next, which might be a dress rehearsal. Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen.
Certainly enjoyed that. Tempers rising tends to be the case when we're less than 24 hours to go. Just tell us what was being said there between yourself and Usyk Lowe.
That's a good thing about this, isn't it? Like we get to find out tomorrow. That was what was said. All the talking's done. It's time to go to work.
What do you believe? He has a lot to say, and people find him entertaining. But what do you believe in the ring will be the difference and his reality tomorrow once that bell rings?
Well, this is the thing. He's saying that I've got no heart. I've got no this. Like that's one thing I've got, and I've got it massively. You cannot question my heart. So I told him that. I says, we'll see tomorrow.
When you think about yourself, you had to show perseverance. At times you had a difficult time in the sport, a period of frustration, so credit to you for showing that perseverance. But what do you believe this moment represents in the Lee McGregor story?
That's it. This is the new chapter for me. You know, I've been through so much, got through so much, and now is my time to announce myself to the world, and I'm going to do it. Trust me.
Great stuff, Lee. Best of luck tomorrow night. Enjoy.
Isaac, you're never a man short of words, and you just heard that this is his chapter. What do you have to say about that?
We'll see tomorrow night when he gets put to sleep. He's getting knocked back out. He said it's the best version of Lee McGregor. I hope it is, because this is the best version of Usyk Lowe, and trust me, he is getting put to sleep tomorrow night. I'm going to die in that ring. He's getting it tomorrow.
And the guys out there are saying that this could be the fight that actually steals the show. What are your thoughts on that? Basically, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, 100%. There is no pressure. I was no pressure in front of all these people. This is the fun part. This is going to be a good fight. Lee's a tough kid. Comes forward. He'll have a fight. But listen, there's no one like me. I'm strong. I'm fit. I'm ready to go. And then he's in with a gypsy boy now, so he's getting knocked back, fucking out. Oh,
thank you.
Apologies, but it's that kind of day.
Yeah, look, I mean, this one could steal the
Our
show,
next
honestly.
two fighters competing tomorrow in a 10-round contest. It will be for the vacant WBA Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. Let's first welcome from Doncaster, England. He brings a professional record consisting of 23 wins, 6 defeats, 2 draws, 18 of those 23 wins coming by way of knockout. He is known as the Doncaster De La Hoya, David the White Rhino Allen.
Bunsey, talk me through the Doncaster De La Hoya.
Well, you know what, Fletch? I do love telling a story, and I'd love to take the credit for that one, but it's not me. It's beautiful. Dave Allen's got a very, very good sense of humour. The Doncaster De La Hoya, I'm having that, son.
I mean, he thinks the sky's the limit for him, so he's here to put on a show.
You know, we talk about nothing to lose. He's the ultimate nothing to lose tonight.
And now let's welcome from Romford, London, England. He is undefeated with 12 wins, 11 of those 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Johnny, the Romford Bull Fisher.
So here comes Johnny Fisher, the British Young Boxer of the Year. And if you look at the illustrious names that have won that award down the years and what they've gone on to do, that's often a good indicator of what the future might look like, Richie.
Yes, absolutely, Fletch. You're quite right. Johnny Fisher, remember, he's looked on as a bit of a puncher, isn't he? 11 knockouts in the 12 wins that he has. But we have to remember, Dave Allen's got 18 knockouts himself, so he's quite a big puncher. But Johnny Fisher, I think, is the favourite here. But it's going to be a cracker, this one, because they're both confident going into the fight.
$257.6 for the Doncaster De La Hoya, David the White Rhino Allen.
He just made that a play, you know.
Johnny Fisher. $241.1 for the undefeated Johnny the Romford Bull Fisher.
One thing that doesn't need to be emphasised here, that this is the biggest night of both of these men's careers, and a real opportunity knocks for the pair of them when they step in the ring tomorrow night.
Absolutely, Fletch. And the thing is, as well, with Johnny Fisher, like I say, he'll be favourite, but he's got to be patient here because Dave Allen, hard as nails, he can punch himself. So, like I say, Johnny Fisher has got to probably go prepared to go the distance.
It's also a much more respectful face-off for the big fellas. There's been a lot of respect between the two of them in the build-up.
Well, he used the line, Dave Allen, yesterday. He said, I hope my son grows up to be half the man Johnny Fisher is. I'll take that for an opponent line, Fletch, every day of the week.
Absolutely. Let's hear from them then.
Well, Dave Allen, here we go. You've said throughout the whole build-up, mentally, physically, this is the best you've ever felt because you've never been so motivated to win a fight, this fight against Johnny Fisher. In the build-up, look, you've been honest. You've called him a novice. You've called this a lottery ticket. You said he's a kid. What is burning those fires so brightly in Dave Allen to win this fight tomorrow night?
Lots of things. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one people will remember me for, and I want to be remembered for being one hell of a man. So, yeah, tomorrow's the big one.
And you've been vocal throughout as well about how you see this fight ending with Johnny Fisher. You've kept talking about your experience, but if he comes steaming at you like he has done throughout his journey so far, his last two have been over within 90 seconds in the first round. If he comes at you in the same way, what do you believe happens to the Romford Bull?
Oh, he's making a big mistake. Yeah, this is a big step up. No one's ever run onto me before. You know, I've been beaten, I've been outboxed, but I will never ever be outfought. So if he wants to play them games, you know what they say about feathers and stuff, so we'll see.
Dave, wish you the best of luck tomorrow night.
Johnny, you just heard that from the other side of this platform. You're making a big mistake. What do you have to say about that?
There's no mistakes in this game because I leave no stone unturned. I'm ready for whatever is thrown at me. We're prepared for every eventuality. But one thing I know is I've got huge power and I've got huge heart. I'm going to show all of that tomorrow night.
We had an opportunity to talk earlier, and you did say this is perhaps the biggest challenge you have. Let's put aside the fact that he came in a bit heavier than you. Why is this so important for you?
My next fight, whoever it is always my biggest challenge. The other opposition never matters to me. It matters about what I can do. I'm the Romford Bull, and I do what I do every time, and that's bring heat.
There you go. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
The question was asked in the press conference yesterday, what happens when a rhino meets a bull? That's what we're going to find out tomorrow, Carl.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm looking forward to this one. I think we will learn a lot about Johnny
Our
Fisher in
next
this
two
fight.
fighters
How good he
competing
really
tomorrow
is.
night
There's two
in a
versions of Dave
scheduled
Allen, a good one and a bad one. I think we're going to see the good one
and it
tomorrow
is a
night, so we'll know how good Johnny
final
Fisher is.
eliminator for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Brought to you in association with 360 Promotions. We will first welcome, coming to us from Leeds, Yorkshire, England. He brings a professional record of 13 wins, just 1 defeat. 6 of those 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Ishmael, the Black Panther Davis.
Buncey, I think this is one of the fairy tale stories in boxing of 2024. He's gone from the banqueting hall at Ellen Road, which doesn't hold that many people, to Josh Kelly at Wembley on the Dubois Joshua undercard, and now he's in Riyadh in this fight. I mean, it's astonishing, the Ishmael Davis journey.
Not only is it astonishing, he's relishing it. So he's not considering himself lucky. He took the Josh Kelly fight at 7 days' notice. He's taken this at 2 weeks' notice. A final eliminator for a world title against a man that people don't want to fight. It's slightly beyond fairy tale, Fletch, in my opinion.
Ukraine, now fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA. He brings a record of 24 wins, 2 defeats, 23 of those 24 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBC interim super welterweight champion of the world, Serhi El Flaco Bohachu.
Only lost to Virgil Ortiz. I mean, this is a high-class operator, Richie, that Ishmael Davis is in with.
Yes, he is. He's WBC number 2, remember, and WBO number 14, so he's a world-ranked fighter. Tall for super welterweight at 6 foot, but he doesn't really use his height to reach. He's a front-foot pressure fighter. He's willing to box at short and mid-range, really lets the punches go. Big puncher in terms of his power, 23 knockouts. This is a really hard contest for Ishmael Davis, but I think he knows that anyway. But yes, Sergey Bohachuk, he's a class act.
153.6 for Ishmael, the Black Panther Davis.
He looks sculpted, Carl.
Yeah, he looks in great shape. He always does, mate. There's a lesson here for other pros. Always be in the gym like Ishmael Davis. You get these opportunities, you stay in good condition, you get paydays, and he has a chance to win a world title on Saturday night.
$153.1 for Serhi El Flaco Bohachu.
Do you think the message, Richie, in his camp is don't take your eyes off the ball, don't take Ishmael Davis for granted?
I think Ishmael Davis will be hoping for that. I think if he takes Ishmael Davis lightly, he could come unstuck, because he's there to be hit, Fletch. He's exciting, Bohachuk, but he's there to be hit, isn't he, Steve?
Yeah, and Davis is a smarter fighter. We keep going on about the fairy tale, rather I keep going on about the fairy tale, but he was an unbeaten fighter before Josh Kelly, and he was a guy that was on the fringes. He was a guy, Fletch, who was just about to become avoided.
I think he started to get more confidence in himself the longer the fight went on against Josh Kelly.
Did he ever? Absolutely.
And in his last 2 contests, Fletch, he's gone 12 rounds twice now. Yeah. And the confidence that gives you, Carl will tell you, that's massive.
Yeah, fit guy, extremely fit guy, but he's got an opportunity again. No pressure on this kid, which is a nice position to be coming in. All he has to do is put on a good performance, and I think he will.
Not only has he got no pressure, okay, he knows exactly what Bohachuk can bring.
Late notice, yet you're all game. What does it mean to you to be here?
It means everything, man. I want to thank the man to my right, Eddie, giving me a chance again. And these are the chances that make great people. So I'm here, man, ready to do the job on tomorrow night, and let's see what he's got.
What kind of statement do you need to do?
I just need to go and get the win. That's all I need to do.
Thank you. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, Serhei Bohachuk, you were meant to be fighting Israel Madrimov. It's not. It's Ishmael Davis. He's taken this chance. How are you feeling about this change in opponent? He's very ambitious.
For me, it doesn't matter who. I'm ready for this fight. I have big camp. I have a lot of sparring partners, different sparring partners, short, tall. I have a lot of experience. It doesn't matter who.
Final eliminator as well for the world title. A win takes you closer to your dream. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. Of course, it's a big chance for me and for the next fight and the title fight. I'm hungry. I want this. I'm very excited.
Very proud as well to have that Ukrainian flag behind you. What will this mean to you and your country tomorrow night?
You know, in Ukraine now hard time. I wanna motivate my people. I wanna show my people. Ukrainian, it's winner people. I won and Ukrainian won. Everyone, Ukrainian people, winner.
Best of luck to you tomorrow night.
Thank you so much.
The thoughts there of the two fighters, and Madrimov, who he should have been in with tomorrow night, is the fighter that gave Terence Crawford a decent fight in Los Angeles in the summer. So Ishmael Davis stepping in for him.
Ishmael's filling some big boots, and what we've got to hope for here. Let's not mince our words. Let's not hide from it. We've got to hope that Boacek, Sergey, and his people have taken their eyes off the prize slightly, just a little bit. Just a little bit. They take their eyes off the prize. It gives Ishmael just an extra boost. Let's get that straight.
Scheduled for 10 rounds. It will be for the WBO Intercontinental and the vacant WBA International Heavyweight Championships. Let's first welcome the challenger from Gold Coast, Australia. He has a professional record of 22 wins, just 1 defeat, 14 of those 22 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former Australia, former WBO Asia Pacific, and former IBF Intercontinental Champion, Dempsey the Tower McKean.
So here comes Dempsey McKean. The last time we saw him, he pushed Filip Hrgovic all the way and only lost in the 12th and final round. To step up this for Moses Itauma. Really looking forward to this one tomorrow night.
You know what, I was talking to Frank Warren about this, and I said, Frank, this might be one of the biggest risks I've seen you take with an unbeaten prospect. And I'll stand by that.
The quote he gave was, I hope I've not made this fight too soon.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think it just shows you the faith that Frank and the team have in Moses Itauma. He's a quality fighter.
From Chatham, Kent, England. He had a stellar amateur career, and now at just 19 years of age, he is undefeated as a professional with 10 wins, 8 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the reigning and defending WBO Intercontinental Champion, Moses Itauma.
So the supremely talented, powerful, exciting Moses Itauma, still a teenager. Biggest test he's had as a professional so far. I mean, the power is obvious. It's the speed of his hands that impresses me, Richard.
Fletch, when this contest was made, yes, I agree with the lads. I thought it's a big risk, most definitely, but I still think that Moses Itauma will win this contest. The question for me is how impressive he's going to be, and how will he beat Dempsey McKean? Will he struggle, or will he just raise the level again and just show us how good he really is?
251.1 for Dempsey the Tower McKean. Now to the scale, the undefeated Moses Itauma, the defending champion.
Dempsey McKean, 6 pounds heavier than he was for the fight against Filip Hrgovic.
249.1 for Moses Itauma.
Significantly, Richie, Moses Itauma 10 pounds heavier than his last fight.
10 pounds heavier, yeah. That's a bit surprising, actually. But maybe it's because he was in against a quite heavy opponent. But nothing in terms of the height. Dempsey McKean probably just a little bit taller. But yes, a big risk. But like I say, we know he's special, Moses Itauma. How special is he? Because this is a tough fight, Stevie.
It's a tough fight, and I like heavyweights to find an optimum weight, like Lennox says, the weight you're best at. Yeah. Don't worry about your opponents, don't worry about anything, coming at your weight. 10 pounds at 19 when he didn't fight that long ago. I'm going to say it now, even if he wins, I think 10's a bit too much. I really do.
I think so. I'm a little bit surprised, but I agree with everything you said and what Lennox has said previously.
Yeah.
There's an optimum weight for a heavyweight fighter, and he's maybe thinks this is his new optimum weight. I don't know.
Could be it.
Thank you, Ari. Dempsey, we had an opportunity to speak, and you mentioned the importance of this fight after the Hergovitz event. 24 hours away from getting into the ring. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are I just got to get in there and do the business. It's a fight, you know. This is what we put the hard yards in, the hours every single day. You know, 11, 12 weeks of training camp has brought us to this moment in front of it's going to be a packed out crowd as well on one of the biggest cards of the year as well. So, look, I'm excited and I'm more than ready for this.
How do you plan on just messing up his party?
By winning the fight, punching him more than he punches me and inflicting a bit more damage than he does on me. So, look, we're confident in our game plan, our skill set, and just got to put it all into play.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, I'm here with the 19-year-old heavyweight sensation, Moses Itauma, 24 hours away from the acid test. This is the one. This is the step up. Tell us what's going on in the mind of Moses Itauma.
Nothing really, man. I've just been ready to go, man. I'm trying to perform in front of the Saudi crowd, put on a big show, a big knockout, and, you know, do my thing.
Listen, you've been saying all week, you're just a kid from Chatham. What's going on? Look at all these people.
Do you know what, yeah? Listen, sometimes I do have to pinch myself. Like, I'm boxing for the WBO title. Listen, I'm pleased. I'm more than pleased. And I've put myself in this position, and now I'm gonna grab it with both hands. I ain't letting go of it.
You've got a man there in Dempsey McKean who has oozed confidence. Many people are saying he said he's going to ruin your party. How does that make you feel?
I ain't worried about that.
And final one, we've seen you just a little bit heavier in this fight than you were in your last fight. Is there any thought behind that? You're just getting bigger and stronger?
It's the trainers. Don't worry about that. Nah, do you know what? I got more weight in my punches now, so we'll see tomorrow night.
Best of luck, Moses Itauma.
Thank you very much.
So the weight's in the punches, not in the body. If that's the case, he's in for a big night, Dempsey McKean, tomorrow night, if he hits any harder than he has been doing. Amir Khan's joined us here.
How are you guys?
Great to see you. I mean,
Thank
what
you.
about this, first and foremost? So many people here. And what about the setting?
Yeah, the setup's amazing, and the atmosphere here, even though it's a cold night tonight, but the atmosphere is amazing. You got so many Fury fans, you got so many Usyk fans here as well, so it's just an amazing event. I mean, look at it. I mean, I can't remember weighing here in Saudi being this busy.
Let me ask you a quick one on Moses Itauma before we get to the two big fellas who are going to walk out. You've been in that position.
Yeah.
The young teenager, talent, everybody thinks you're going to go to the top. How much pressure is he under? How do you deal with that kind of situation that he's in now, based on the fact you've lived it?
Yeah, Moses, he seems very confident. If you look at him now, today, very calm, relaxed. Yeah, you are going to be nervous, and it's a massive fight for him. You know, this is one of his hardest fights he's got. So, I mean, I think he'll get through it. You know, he looks very confident, looks ready. But yeah, you have to just be calm and collective. You have to stick to the game plan and go in there, because this is a massive test for him. This is only going to take him on to bigger and better things.
So the fact that Sweet Caroline's on in the background means the big fellas aren't that far away. You can just start to feel that bit of electricity around us, Steve, can't you?
Every time I say I'm sick of this song, I hear it again somewhere and I go, get in! We're there! We're on a platform, we're in Saudi, we've got Amir Khan with us. It's 20 years since he reached the final in Athens. Let's celebrate! We should be singing this, all of us, by the way.
20 years, man, that's incredible, isn't it? 20 years ago.
20 years ago, I was in Athens, and it's a long, long time ago. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a little bit louder where I was.
It was a lot louder than when you were in the final, son.
Yeah, exactly. But I remember, Steve, you had hair then.
there's no need for that. There's just no need for that.
It's amazing what can happen in 20 years, isn't it? It's amazing what can happen in 20 years.
And me, I remember commentating on you in that game.
You was, yes.
And I remember you beating the Bulgarian Stilianov.
He had
That's
no
right.
chance and he bashed him up.
What a win that was.
That was a good win, and I remember you were there doing the commentary for the fight. There was yourself and I forgot the name.
Jim Neely.
Jim Neely. Yeah. How's Jim doing?
He's doing okay.
Yesterday's here, Fletch.
I seen Jim and Sainsbury's the other day. And he said to say hello, Richie.
Did he?
Swear to God.
Great.
Was he talking boxing?
No, he loves the boxing.
Oh, I love the boxing.
One thing I didn't think we'd be doing at this point of the night is talking about seeing Jim Neely and Sainsbury's, but we are. It's that kind of night. When you stand here and with this close to the weigh-in, with this close to this massive fight, you've got to get the tingle again, surely.
No, you do get the tingles, but the thing is, and you'll say the same about this call. You know, once you've been there, you've done it. I mean, you're just happy for the next generation, really. I mean, we don't want to be back in that ring again, even though, you might get the tingles that, oh, you know what, I do miss it. You miss it, but you don't want to get back in that ring again because, you know what, it was hard. You don't want to take any more punches. Now I'm a retired man. I want to look after my family, you know what I mean? And I've seen that retirement now where I don't want to go back in the ring again. Like, just relax and chill.
I'm here. Here's Michael Buffer.
Professional boxing
Sonny Michael.
for your entertainment. Riyadh season in the General Entertainment Authority with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Bob Arum for Top Rank Boxing, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, along with Gold Star Promotions, Gypsy King, K2 Promotions, and Sella. And our sponsorship will be provided by Saudi Tourism Authority, Saudi National Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, New Muraba Development Company, Tawunia, Hunger Station, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfiti. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, special thanks to our host nation, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, with honor and regards to the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness Mohammed bin Salman, and Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh. So ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, the rematch. Will it be revenge? Will it be repeat? 12 rounds of boxing for the universally recognized heavyweight championship of the world. Now it's time to bring the warriors to the stage. Challenger and champion making his entrance first. He's the heavyweight fighting pride of the United Kingdom. His professional record stands at 36 fights. 34 victories, 24 big wins by knockout, only one defeat with one draw. He is the heavyweight fighting pride of the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, the former lineal and two-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
So we're all set for the Gypsy King. He was 18 stone 10 the first time he fought Oleksandr Usyk. We expect him to be bigger, Richie, when he stands on the scales tonight.
Yes, we are expecting him to be bigger. He came in at 262, like you said, 18 stone 10. We think he'll be 19, maybe 19 and a half stone. But most certainly, Fletch, that's going to be, it could be a great advantage, especially if he can get hold of Usyk. He's going to walk forward, he's going to pressure him more.
You can feel it, Steve, in here now.
It's changed. In the last 5 minutes, it's changed, Fletch.
World heavyweight champion, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. entrance to the ring. He is the heavyweight fighting pride of all of Ukraine, an Olympic gold medal champion now as a professional, a perfect record, 22 fights, 22 victories, 14 big wins by knockout. He is the former undisputed, undefeated cruiserweight world champion, and now the reigning, defending, universally recognized, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
So here comes the great Oleksandr Usyk. And in a few minutes' time, Steve, we're going to find out the weight difference between these two. I saw a great quote from Oleksandr Usyk. He said if size mattered, the elephant would be the king of the animals.
I tell you what, that's a beauty of a quote. Fletch, do you know it in Ukrainian? Because that's what I'm going to deliver tomorrow. I'll do it in Ukrainian, not accent the words. What a quote!
And Carl, absolutely nothing phases this fella. I bet he's never sweated his life apart from through exercise.
Absolutely nothing at all. This guy, he's made of steel, absolute made of steel. I love him, the people love him. It's a tough fight for him, we know that, but this guy's an animal, absolute animal.
Tyson Fury.
Top on.
£281 for the challenger, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Did they say 281? So he's £4 heavier than Wilder 2.
Next on
He's got a bit of gear on the lad. He's got a top on, he's got a leather jacket on, his trousers, so he's got probably a couple of kilo of gear on.
He was 277 for Wilder 2.
There's things in the pockets and everything there. That's very, very
He
heavy.
was 276 for Safari when he come back having lost 10 stone.
Let's find out what Usyk is.
£226 for the reigning and defending champion, Oleksandr Usyk.
He was 223.5 for the first one. That's his optimum weight. You spoke about optimum weight. That's his optimum weight.
Yeah, and you know, he's wearing
Clothing.
stuff again. He's got clothing on, so he's around about 223. Ultimate professional, isn't he? So there's not a lot of change there, Fletch, from the last time he weighed.
If you stripped Usyk down now, he'd be 223.5 pounds.
Absolutely.
Exactly the same.
55 pounds between them.
That's big, Fletch.
Wow.
That's big.
Wow.
My God.
Before they face each other in the ring tomorrow night here in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi.
This is where they're going to have to watch it, Fletch, now, as these break away.
No, they've been told, Rich.
Yeah,
they've been
gotta
told,
watch
Fletch.
it now. There's not as many people on the stage than what I thought there would be, Steve, to be quite honest.
Yeah, they've moved back from the stage, but the fighters have been told, look at them.
Yeah.
Maybe no head-to-head here, boys.
Get this. Well, yesterday it was 11 minutes. The stare down between the two of them. There's a lot of people on the stage, there's not a lot of room, and you can absolutely cut the tension and the atmosphere in this theme park, the Wonder Gardens in Riyadh, which all of a sudden is the epicenter of the boxing world.
And you can see this, they're 6 feet apart, not looking at each other, and in the cold you can feel it. You don't need to be in someone's face to get the tension in our game, Fletch.
Just to reiterate, Tyson Fury 281, he was 262 for the first, that's 18 stone 10. So he's 21 pounds heavier. Oleksandr Usyk just about where he was for the previous fight, but it looks like around a 50-pound weight advantage tomorrow night for Tyson Fury.
12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship.
The stare off Fletch was yesterday, not tonight.
Very brief, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're under orders, Fletch. I mean, let's not mince our words. They're under orders.
My absolute chaos and carnage claim that I made at the top of the show.
Same here.
Didn't work out, did it?
Is this the kind of time, though, where you don't want to expend too much energy up there? You just want to get yourself focused for tomorrow, Amir?
Yeah, I mean, both fighters look very relaxed to me. And if you look at Fury, he looks a lot more calmer this time than the first time around. And yesterday as well.
Yeah,
exactly. Seems very calm and chilled.
I'm not betraying confidences here, but I spoke to someone in the camp and they said they're keeping as far away from Tyson Fury right now as they can because he's so on edge. Let's hear from them.
Nothing.
How do you handle none of this gets to you? How do you pull that off?
Як ти справляєшся з цим? Воно нічого до тебе не доходить із того, що він намагається зробити.
Because my angel helped me, but my God, Jesus helped me, and my family and my team. My wife more helped me.
And tomorrow, real quick, I understand your wife will be here. Who will you dedicate this fight to?
Я знаю, що твоя дружина вже тут. Кому ти присвятиш цю перемогу?
I talk to you tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Tyson Fury didn't quite get to speak to us. However, when he left, he said one word, war. And that is what he's promising tomorrow night. So that's the good news, everyone. I've got Frank Warren with me. Frank, I mean, yesterday it was like 11 minutes of a face-off. Today, 3 seconds, I believe. What did you make of it all up there?
What I make of it, there's going to be a war tomorrow. That's what it is. Tyson's come for it, come to get those titles back. That's what he's here for. That's what he's sacrificed a lot for. And that is what I believe will happen.
He weighed 281 pounds, however, full clothing. But one thing's for sure, he's definitely bigger than the first fight.
Yeah, he's heavier, but I think the other guy is as well, isn't he?
He also had clothes on, yeah.
So there you go. Look, you can look and analyse it what way you like, talk about it what way you like. Facts of the matter is, tomorrow night we're going to find out who is the best. And you know both of them are coming to fight. It's going to be exciting. That first bell goes, they're going to get down on it, and you're going to see something extra special.
Is this a fight that ends within the distance, Frank?
In my opinion, it will, in Tyson's favour.
Well, there we have it. Frank Warren believes it'll be a Tyson TKO win. Let's find out tomorrow.